people who own Ripple XRP, the time you've been waiting for may finally have come. Something big just happened that could change everything for Ripple and the future of XRP. A lot of people are upset about how cryptocurrencies, especially Ripple's XRP, are treated in the US after former President Donald Trump signed an order that could change everything, change the crypto world in ways we haven't seen in 6 months. There has been a court case between Ripple and the US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and XRP holders have been worried about the case because it is not clear what will happen next. However, this new executive order could change the rules and make things simpler. Ripple might have a better future. Why should people who own XRP pay close attention to this executive order? This isn't just another government announcement. It could be the game changer that many of us have been waiting for. It addresses key issues that have been at the heart of Ripple's problems, especially the legal challenges and regulatory gray areas that have made the future of XRP unclear with this new rule. The presidential order is expected to lay out rules for how cryptocurrencies should be handled, which could have a direct effect on how regulators see XRP. This could finally give Ripple the clarity it's been looking for when it comes to compliance and rules. There may be better conditions for Ripple because of this, which could make investors feel better and create new chances for XRP to be used in global payments. This executive order couldn't come at a more important time. Ripple has been making big steps forward with its blockchain technology, forming relationships with major banks and making XRP a more popular choice for cross-border payments. However, its progress has been slowed by a legal battle with the SEC. With this new development, there is hope that regulatory hurdles will start to disappear, giving Ripple and XRP the chance to thrive. As an XRP holder, this could be the breakthrough we've all been waiting for. But what does it mean for you and the future of your investment? Let's look into the specifics of this executive order. We will talk about this important Trump executive order and what it might mean for Ripple XRP and its chance to finally be free from the shadow of legal doubt. What is this order exactly, and why is it so important for Ripple and XRP holders? The order that former President Trump signed is mostly about how to regulate digital assets and coins in the US. This is meant to make it easier how cryptocurrencies should be handled, addressing worries about financial stability and market manipulation. This move could lead to clearer and more stable rules for cryptocurrency like XRP. As digital assets become more popular around the world, many governments have been trying to keep up. This order could be a big step toward making the right rules for cryptocurrency. The executive order lays out a plan for the US government to work with key stakeholders such as financial institutions, regulators, and crypto companies to make the rules and guidelines around cryptocurrencies more clear. Its main goal is to make sure that digital assets are utilized. For Ripple, this could be a chance to change the game if they can make sure that their coins are safe and properly integrated into the wider banking system. The executive order shows that the government is serious about digital currencies and wants to make it possible for them to become part of the regular banking system. One of the most important things about the order is that it could make it possible for Ripple and XRP will finally get clear on their legal standing. After years of uncertainty, the XRP is in a legal fight with the SEC over whether it should be considered a security or not. This uncertainty has caused Ripple a lot of problems, such as making it impossible to trade XRP on major US exchanges. However, this executive order could help shape the future. Future regulations might make it easier for Ripple and other crypto projects to work with fewer legal problems. The executive order focuses on the need for thorough cryptocurrency rules that protect investors and encourage innovation. This is important for Ripple because the company is focused on building blockchain options for the money business. With this new focus on digital assets, growth and adoption will be able to start in a clear regulatory climate. Ripple could be in a much better situation after this order. It may also show investors that the US government is ready to work with cryptocurrencies in a way that benefits everyone, stability and growth over the long term. In the end, this executive order could mean a change in how regulators see Ripple and XRP, giving the project more room to grow and giving investors more confidence in their investments. But what does this mean for people who hold XRP? How will it affect the value of XRP? What should you expect in the next few months? As this new system takes shape, let's take a closer look at how this executive order might affect Ripple and its future. This is because we now know what the main points of the Trump order are and how they might affect the overall rules for cryptocurrencies. Let's look at how this could directly affect people who own Ripple and XRP. First, it's important to note that one of the main results of this executive order could change how XRP is regulated by US authorities. for Ripple. This change is very important because the ongoing SEC lawsuit has been a big cloud over the company. The SEC says that XRP is a security and has taken legal action to enforce its rules on Ripple, which has made investors uncertain. If the executive order leads to clearer rules, investors will feel more at ease. Laws that cover coins like XRP Ripple could finally get the answers it needs to move forward without having to worry about lawsuits all the time. If this case is successfully resolved, XRP would be seen as a real digital asset and not. This would make it easier for Ripple to do business in the US market, which is what is likely to happen. Investors are more confident in XRP now that one of its biggest risks has been taken away. A good regulatory framework could also help Ripple build more relationships with financial institutions, which is important for the long-term growth of XRP as a payment option. For people who already own XRP, the immediate benefit could be a rise in the price of the currency. If institutional investors don't have to worry about anything, they might feel safer buying XRP or using it in their business. This higher demand could have a direct positive effect on the market price of XRP. If Ripple is able to grow its global presence, more use cases for XRP could appear, which would further raise its value. XRP is already used a lot in cross-border payments and remittances, but with clearer rules and the chance that institutions will adopt it, its place in the global financial system could become even more important. Another big benefit for people who will own XRP is that with clearer rules, there may be more liquidity. Exchanges in the US might feel safer offering XRP again, which could make it is easier for regular people to buy and sell tokens. Markets tend to be more stable when there is more liquidity. If more exchanges list XRP, its price may become less volatile, making it a better choice for traders and long-term buyers. Also, this order from the president could help Ripple form more partnerships with big banks. It would be easier for traditional banks and other financial players to work with Ripple if there were clear rules about how they could do so. This could lead to more people using XRP for global payments, which would increase its demand and value even more as Ripple continues to improve its technology and grow its network.